My name is Veronica Rubio. I'm delighted to walk you through this module on accessing to premium markets. Today, I want to show you a little bit of the facts and trends that you can encounter if you are trying to get into the European market, particularly for organic. And I think this is particularly relevant for you if you are an African entrepreneur that is trying to understand what is going on in the European market. So please stay with us, sign in, and enjoy the video. About accessing premium markets, probably the first thing that we need to come up with is a definition, right? So, very short definition of premium markets that you can easily memorize is a market that pays more for high quality and niche products. That relates to understanding a market like a pyramid where you have at the bottom of the pyramid and low end products. Those are products that have a reasonable quality, but actually they are sold in a very low price because they are also sold in big quantities or even bulk. In the middle of the pyramid, we have middle range products, which are products of reasonable quality that also can be bought at a medium price and they are sold in large quantities. But then you have at the very top of the pyramid the high end products, and there is where we will find the premium markets. Those are products of very high top quality that have a very special flavor, special narrative. They are special and therefore they are sold at a very high price, but also sold in small quantities. Hence, the importance also of the story behind the product and also the packing of the product. If we want to understand premium markets, probably we want to get to understand organic markets first, because organic markets portray very nicely what are the specifics of these premium markets in terms of growth, in terms of positioning. And I believe if you understand organic markets, it's very easy that you can use that knowledge to anticipate and even create new premium markets in your own country or even within your own products. So to give you a hint on the figures, let's have clarity that the European Union, all the countries together that represent the European Union, is the second largest single market after the US, and it's followed by China. Within the European Union, you have Germany that represents 10 billion euros a year. Those are figures from 2017. We still don't have more updated figures on the organic markets, but those figures relate to volume sold, organic products sold in that market. When we try to understand the number of or the money a person spends on organic products, we see that Switzerland comes on top. And the reason why organic markets and premium markets are very interesting for producers, particularly agri-food producers, and particularly after or within the COVID pandemic, is because of the premium, the price premium these markets offer to the producer. According to the European Commission news published in March 2019, we see that the organic market provides the producer, provides the traders offering those products high price premium that can go up to 150% higher than the price for a conventionally produced of the same kind. So this is something to keep in mind, understanding that doesn't come for free. It is very important that producers and traders alike realized all the efforts around obtaining and maintaining good and trustworthy organic certification, because that certification is the password for organic markets. When it comes to the most popular organic agri-food products, we see that tropical fruits, either fresh or dried, but also nuts and spices, are on the top of the organic products, agri-products demanded from the European market, followed also by cereals and oil cakes, but as well as fruits and vegetables. We also see soybeans and oil seeds, but that's a very specific commodity that, of course, can be relevant also for you. Keep it in mind that tropical fruits are representing today 24% of the organic market in the European Union. With regard to the top 10 countries that are selling organic products to Europe, we see, and it's a surprise for us, China comes out first, followed by Ecuador, Dominican Republic, Ukraine, Turkey, Peru, etc. We see that there is no African country on the top 10. That is most likely an opportunity, but also should guide us to certain reflections and try to understand why could that be. And that's why I want to slow down the presentation to phrase some questions that you may have right now. One of the questions that you probably have right now is does it mean that when you compete in the organic, to get into the organic market, you are also competing with specific countries? You might have got that perception because I have shown you the top countries, and that perception is correct. We will go further into the description. And you can also be wondering if and why there is not African countries among the top 10 importing countries, and if that is a threat or an opportunity for you. And also you might be wondering if it's worth all the efforts needed, if that really make it worth it to get into premium markets. With regard to the first question, let me walk you through the three countries that we are referring as, let's say, paradigm of potential competitors. The reason why I'm suggesting that is because when you are competing in getting access to premium markets in the import-export trade, you are not only competing with specific companies based on price and based on quality and based on logistics, but you are also competing with entire regions or entire countries that have an own reputation built and they have an own narrative that is well perceived or badly perceived by the consumer. So in the case of China, we see that it's the first country that is selling organic products to Europe, and that is indeed surprising. However, when we see the actual products that China is selling to Europe, we realize that most of it is about oil cakes and soybeans. Therefore, that makes us to believe that although China is always a competitor, it seems like, at least for the time being, China wouldn't be interested in offering other type of products that could be tropical fruits or fruits and vegetables or even honey at the organic market. Therefore, always keep in mind that China is always a competitor, but at the same time we also need to realize that the reputation China might have in terms of keeping the organic reputation is not necessarily appealing for the consumer. Secondly, we see India. India, it's indeed a truly competitor for any country that is, or any company that is trying to get into the organic markets. And that's only not only because the products India is offering, but also again because of the narrative around the country in itself and the connection with the tribes, the consumer tribes that are more keen to buy organic products. So India is perceived, first of all, as a country that is very much interested in keeping a robust organic production in place. They have been communicating that for a couple of years already. NGOs have endorsed that Indian commitment towards organic production, and at the same time, we see that as I said, the consumers that are most likely to buy organic products, they feel very much emotionally related to India, vegetarianism, colorism, Buddhism, and all these indirect messages that are surrounding the organic food and organic teas and spices and so on. And therefore, this India can represent certainly a competitor for African producers, but also, and at the same time, a good mirror to try to copy and try to integrate the learnings from. Same but differently could be the example of Ecuador, or any other Latin American country for what that matters. Those countries are quite consolidated in terms of organic and fair trade. The producers in these countries, they understand very well what does it mean to keep, to obtain and to keep robust certification, and therefore in those terms they are reliable for the traders, and organic traders are keen having business with these countries as much as with India, because they feel they can trust all the certification management. At the same time, they offered products that are similar to the products that African producers could offer to the European market. And in some commodities that could be sugar or could be bananas or avocado, they are very well established, and chances are that organic traders in Europe will most likely go for these countries if they want to expand with other products rather than exploring completely new and unknown producers based in Africa. So that is to really keep in mind and see what African producers can do when it comes to competing with those countries and their respective narratives in the organic market. The second question I was drafting was about why there are no African countries in the top 10 list of importing countries, and is this a threat and an opportunity? I tend to believe that it's an opportunity if um, African countries and African producers realize of that opportunity and want to play along and make it happen. However, rather than answer why there is no African countries on the top list, I will rather ask you to think together with your colleagues or with your family about the following questions. Why could that be? Is it because the quality or the delivering time or the delivering final product is not always adequate? Is there something with logistics that could be improved? Is there something with the standardization of the quality? Is it because the market does not know the products that you as an African producer or as an African country is offering to the European organic market, and what can be done if that is the case, and try to get inspiration from those countries that are doing well and playing along the organic movement. Is because there is lack of know-how internally, locally, with regard to the organic crop management, and that could well be the case. And what kind of trainings can be done to mind that gap? Or is it because African countries have not invested in creating a community brand and an adequate narrative? Which again, you can see that I keep insisting on that because we have proofs showing that when countries work together in a community brand as a country and a narrative, they play better in the premium market. See India as a great example, see Ecuador or Peru. So something, lessons to keep in mind. And the last question I suggested to you was about the complexity of getting into organic markets. It is not necessarily simple. Organic markets or any other premium market for what that matters. It is not simple. It requires a lot of discipline and hard work from the producers, but as we have seen, it's worth it, particularly when it's done with a landscape approach, and many other entrepreneurs can benefit and create synergies that can portray the producers and the products from a specific community as a robust and credible organic premium product. So, of course, the same dynamic can be replicated and even created at the local market. I'm very much supporting that in this idea because I certainly believe that premium markets can be created in any place where there is a need that for differentiation that can be and the financial support to pay for that differentiation, if you know what I mean. So if you think you are interested in getting into this adventure of either creating premium markets within your own territory or trying to get access to premium markets abroad, like in the European Union, then it's very important that you realize that you are not competing only with specific business enterprises that are producing similar products to you than you. Actually, you are now competing in terms of price, quality, and narrative, as well as credibility in keeping the certification. And for that, you need to your inner strength to get your family support, find community allies, and as well as assessing the specific issues that need to be solved at the regional and national infrastructures. So I want to keep it here now. We will have other modules to discuss about it. But thank you so much for your attention and see you in the next module. Well, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some important insight for your business. Please sign in for the next module and do your comments, send your questions. We will try to respond as much as we can, and see you in the next video. Take care.